Alright everyone, we gotta do this one really quick and fast. I didn't get it out yesterday, I'm sorry. And there's not gonna be editing on this one, so hopefully it goes over well. But welcome to DEVLOG number 12. Number 12. DEVLOG 12. Alright, so right off the bat, I went ahead and designed a new logo for the game, the feathered serpent right here. I also changed the menu around, tried to make it more clean and slick in its design. So you have these buttons here that kind of light up. You have the version in the corner here. I really like this a lot better. All it needs is the background now. I don't know, maybe some cool dinosaurs or something, or like the main character here. But I do really like this kind of style of main menu. Alright, so I just want to go over some of the very small changes I made. I really tried hard to work on this main opening area to give it its own unique trees and like assets and just cool stuff to go with it. If there's like dead skeleton who fell down here. There's also just a couple of Easter eggs. I'm not going to show all of them, but I will show off one of my favorites, which is one of the dinosaurs here if you go to the very far left. And yeah, I just really like how the starting area is turning out. I played around with making the background blurred and doing some different like bloom and stuff like that to see kind of what I could do with it. But in the end, it wasn't something that I was super down with. But yeah, if we come along here, we'll see like these different little skeletons popping up. We have more of a starting area. This is definitely a super cool tree. Which, by the way, huge shout out to Indesga. Go follow him on Twitter. He's making a game called Nycra. He is responsible for the beautiful colors in my game currently and for a lot of the inspiration I have. For example, this tree. He made one very similar. Anyways, this little skeleton here is holding up the crossbow, and now you see I have the crossbow and unlocks the HUD here, and I can now shoot my arrows into the invisible wall that exists. And then we go off, and don't know what happened, but my game now just crashes here, and I don't know why. And I want to go over that story just for a brief second. So it's really weird because I tried to make it so you could adjust the mouse sensitivity in my game, and I did that by playing around with it, locking the mouse in the middle, making it kind of like how an FPS will lock the mouse cursor in the middle of the screen. And I kind of got it working, but due to like some camera issues with Godot and some of the built-in smoothing functions, it just did not look good at all. So I went back to the original, and when I set all the code back to the original, it just, I have no idea why. It's so weird because it works when I go to the second level, but then it's like, oh, you want to go to the third level? Nope, sorry. And I was like, sick. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. So I don't know why. I really don't know why. I'm going to try and figure it out in the brief minutes I have here. And if not, I'll just show everything off in the starting area. I'm a mad genius. I fixed it. Okay, time to show off the rest of the game. Okay, so some of the first things I want to point out are the changes in sounds that I added into the game. So let's go and listen to this pterodactyl die. Kind of have some cool different sounds with that. Let's go ahead and shoot this little green dude. You kind of a grosser sound. And then last off, I want to show off my monkey sounds, which were all made by yours truly. So let's go and shoot this monkey after I take you guys out. Give me a sec. Okay. I'm super proud of this one. Hello, monkey. Oh, my. Also, you know what's sad? I just realized I did that whole section without even having the audio turned on. Okay, take two. I do apologize. Let's shoot the monkey. Oh, first off, that was the crit sound, and I missed the monkey. That's what happens when you crit. Oh, and there's the monkey sounds. Oh, get critted. Here's the pterodactyl sounds. Ooh, and then last but not least, we have to take a look at one of these little green running around dudes. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm trapped. Give me a second. Oof. So there it is. Some redone sounds that I put in that I'm super proud of. And yeah, I feel like they add like a lot more feel and flavor to the game. I really like it. Okay, so one of the next power-ups I want to show off is the diamond. Ignore how it overlaps the HUD. I'm going to get around to fixing it. It has its own unique sound when you shoot it, and it changes the look of the actual gun or crossbow on my character's hand. Deals significantly more damage. You'll notice for one-shotting everything here, and it's just super fun. Very simple. Just changes them to be very diamonds. Very basic and bland kind of upgrade here. All right, next up we have the worm power up. So it's this one that you collect here, and you'll notice it changes the thing on the dude's arm to be like this little worm. And it shoots out little fire that will then burn enemies. It creates little like fire things that kind of flare up. And the cool thing about this is that it shoots in an arc, so it's no longer like a straight shot. So it feels a little different. The burst is particularly fun with this kind of gun variant. And I will say it is interesting because the fire can hurt you. So if you're not careful where you shoot it, you might just end up killing yourself. Which, by the way, now might be a good time to show off the death animation that I put in. Ooh, with its own unique death sound. And then we respawn. Super cool. I really like how he explodes out with all the bones. Okay, the next power-up we are looking at is the gun from the reference Enter the Gungeon. Now, this one is really interesting because it doesn't amplify your damage or anything like that. You do get a gun. He's holding a gun now, and I mean, it has a gunshot sound. However, it is different because there's no, I guess, wait time between bullets. Now, it makes attack speed completely pointless if you get this upgrade, because normally you can just hold down the left click button and you'll just shoot out infinitely, but if I hold it down, I only shoot out one thing. So to kind of make it feel like I was holding a gun, and like your character has a gun, I made it so you have to spam click. So really, you're only limited by how fast you... Also, sorry, that was really loud. You're only limited by how fast you actually left click and shoot. Which is just... I don't know. I think it adds like a more fun dynamic. And it's kind of like, oh, that's a fun like power-up. Like, I really like that upgrade. And I didn't want to make it too overpowered, so... That's why I didn't change any of your base damage or anything like that. But definitely a fun one. I really like it, and I think it switches up the gameplay significantly. Alright, so I had my entire thing paused at times. I don't know what you saw and what you didn't. I'll just re-explain this power-up real quick. This is the Torment power-up. You shoot your bullets out a very short ways, and they come to a halt, and you can recollect them to regain your ammo. Your ammo also passively regenerates. If you look here, it'll just slowly go up. The catch is you can't reload, and... once you run out, it doesn't give you anything else, so you have to go and collect them again before they kind of disappear. But if you're pretty aggressive with it and you're on your A game of just not picking up all of them, but enough of them, you won't really run into the issues of running out of ammo here. But it is interesting because it forces you to kind of play like a little up front, I mean, a little closer. You can't shoot super far away, like it only shoots that far. But it does double all your damage, which is super cool. So it's a nice little trade-off, and it makes the game honestly feel pretty unique. And that's kind of the direction I want to go with my power-ups. Like, I want them to change, like, the way you play. And so, like, I mean, with the handgun, like, it changes how you have to click. And with this one, like, it's going to change how, like, I don't just reload. I don't just get free ammo. Like, I have to go and collect them. Kind of like a callback to the one system I had for a while there where I did have to go and collect all my bullets. But I really like this one. I think it's cool. Yeah, that's really it. I think that's all I have for the power-ups. Just the fire power-up of the worm, the bullet, the diamond, and then this one here, the torment. I'm playing around with the idea that it does change all the enemies to do more damage. As you see, that one dealt 2 damage, and he's kind of colored textured differently because I picked up the, you know, the power-up. It's just a reference to Diablo. Torment's a difficulty level. The higher the torment, the harder the enemies. So it's kind of a trade-off. You deal more damage, but every enemy becomes harder in return. We'll see if that stays in the final game, but I don't know. But that's kind of where it's at currently. All right, and other than that, there's not a whole lot to show off here. I did take some time to kind of flesh out the story. I did it just on like paper here, and I have like a kind of cool story. I guess I'll show it off. Why not? It's kind of like the roughs that I want to show in the opening here, just so you kind of get more of a story. You know, just kind of building up to everything. I'm obviously not the best artist, but I had a lot of fun making these. And it's still not done, but I'm really excited with the direction the game's going. I worked a lot this week on polish, a lot of little things I kind of fixed. This is nothing. But a lot of the little things I did fix. I'm just going to hold this up again because I like this one. And just kind of quality of life touch-ups and putting in slight little graphics and doing the little things this week to kind of really polish out my game and make it feel nice and run nice and fix the bugs and do the title screen. I actually created a list of things that I'm going to do. Maybe I can pull them up here real quick. All right, so I sat down, I made this list, it does seem like a lot. Some of these obviously would take way more time than others, but some of them are just very quick changes. All I did is I just played my game a ton, and I thought, what is all the things that I can do just to polish this off and make it look better? And so this is kind of what I came up with. Also, I guess I could do this. Hello. That's about it, though. I'm going to wrap up this devlog. Has to be super quick and unedited. I'm sorry, but busy week, and I really want to do the Kickstarter this week. I really do. I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm going to try to do it because I just want to release it. And even if it fails, I don't care because it didn't fail for me. I got so much out of this project that it's paid for itself. So I'm super happy. I hope anyone else who's working on a game, dude, good luck. Don't value your success in if people watch it or like it. Just value your success in that you made it and all the things you learned while making it. Obviously, go check out my Patreon. You can get builds. This most recent build literally wasn't even working until I made this devlog. So obviously you can't play the most recent build that I have unless you are a cat lovers or friend tier. If you're just a regular gamer tier, like I said, you're going to get those Patreon demos that are pretty well put together, about once a month, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. And as for those in the higher tiers, I mean, I'm going to release this build hopefully later today so you guys can play it and enjoy it. But huge shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. You're still getting a shout out even though I can't edit the video. Huge heart to all my patrons. We have Haley Critchfield, Ethan Critchfield. We have Sawyer Wood. What am I doing? This ain't about me. Shrink myself. I'm nothing. Sawyer Wood and Aldo Chipana. Thank you guys. Really, I appreciate the support. If any of you want to be my patrons, you will also get shout outs at the end of my video. And if you're like Aldo, you will get a very special shout out, like so. If I just, hello, thank you. Look at him. Look at him with his cat. Thanks, everyone. I love you guys. I'm loving where the game's going. And I hope you all like it. Put your suggestions down below. If you have anything that you would like to see in the game. And especially those of you that have played it. I mean, I want to know. There's going to be a demo released for the Kickstarter as well, so that everyone can play. But until then, I'm actually probably going to make a couple more update videos like this. Probably not super heavily edited. Until then, I'm going to tap out so I can upload this. Bye, guys. Thanks for everything. I'm gonna leave. Adios.